Hey guys, this is a follow-on from the contact matching I did about a week ago. I saw quite a few of you guys posting that the code wasn't working, and obviously it's to do with the fact that it was allowing, well, you were allowing it to be optional fields where I'd made them business required, and the plugin wasn't designed to handle null values for any of the three fields, the telephone, address, or postcode. So I've spent about 10 minutes this evening just adding a couple of extra lines to sanitize the code a little bit. So what I've added, I've started by making my quick order form, the address, postcode and telephone are all optional. So I've started, the first thing I've added is this section here where if the address, postcode and telephone are all null, I exit the plugin because you've got no means of actually matching any of the contacts, and also because the filter expression would have no criteria, it would actually retrieve all contacts. So that would obviously be, although technically true because you're not filtering on specifics. I don't see any reason why you'd match an order to every single person and give them a discount or whatever the reasoning behind the matching in the first place. So that's just a basic check that if they're all null, exit. I've then added, because originally it was just blindly adding the address, and it was attempting to trim the field, and obviously if it's null, that trim function would throw an exception. So I've added a simple if statement. If it's not null, then perform each of those additions to the list. We then go down, and I believe this section of code already had the ifs. If they're not null, it would add a filter condition, and obviously add the array. Yeah, so obviously, yeah, that will already, these will have to have a value, otherwise, because this is the first time these lists are going to be populated. So if they're null here, this list will be empty, which would also be true for this test, which we could have done a test on the count, which you'll see lower down I've done. So yeah, that would be applicable. If either any of the three fields are null, obviously it won't add the filter condition. Then we go into it's done the first query at that point. We did these already had checks to see if as it iterates over all the retrieved contacts, if they didn't have a city or postcode or telephone, and if they did have one and it wasn't already contained in the list, it would add it to the collection. And then the only other change I've made is in the while loop, when it was originally just adding the filter condition with the in operator within the array. I've just done a simple count check. So if the count is greater than 0, add that condition. So if you've only filled in one field in the first instance, well, obviously that would be up here. But if any of these arrays never contain anything, if there's never any subsequent matches, they won't be added to the query expression. So you might only have city values, but it would still be a true query expression to perform. And that's really it. Obviously then the original code would do similar and add the new cities and postcodes and keep iterating over, and then it finishes once the counts match, and then drops down into the create element of the duplicates. So if I go over back to CRM, and let's do a new. So if I now, if we do 17 cases of tap water, which is a good deal. CV37 CH will be one of the ones it's in my database. If I save that, there'll be a small delay as I've just deployed this. So that has now found any, obviously CV370HWs that match, obviously any cities, and then found any related cities and also the phone number. So because there was a contact with a postcode of CV370HW that also had that phone number, it's then gone and found all of those related with the phone number, which has also then found additional cities. So you've got a mixture of some with just like what looks like an unrelated city. Let's do another one. So I'll just do something like the city of Worcester. So if I just do Worcester and save that, again, that's completed. So that's took anything, so it's an identical number of results. So anything with Worcester in the name. It's also found the postcode, which is then obviously led on and found the phone number related. So you've ended up effectively with the same bunch of results. Could do one more. Let's just try one like Newmarket that we did originally. Okay, so I think this was the one that had about 900 or so. So it should be a slightly longer delay as it creates more duplicate records. So we can see saving down here. Yeah, that took about 30 seconds or so. So 868, so don't know if that's just Newmarket, I can't actually remember now. Let's filter the postcode, see if it contains any data. No, might have been a bad example. Yeah, I mean my data didn't have any, it's not to say it's wrong. So that's 868 that only had Newmarket with no other relationship types. So hopefully that's answered the various questions over why it was erroring, and I think Andy had highlighted that it needed to be optional. But if you've got any other questions or queries, then obviously fire them in the comments below this one or the original video, and we can take it from there. Thanks for watching. Bye.